Come with me if you want to live.
You may have heard of something called the Verichip. The Verichip is produced by a company called Applied Digital Solutions out of Florida. They also have a technology called the Digital Angel, which you may also have heard of. The Verichip is essentially an RFID chip. The very device I'm talking about can be queried from a distance. You beam electromagnetic energy at it. It beams back its identifying number. You can use it to identify people and track people at a distance anytime they pass within the read range of your reader device. Right? These devices are meant to be implanted into human flesh, so they actually inject it. I believe right now it's the inner, upper, inside of your arm where they literally inject these devices into people. Now, the idea for the Verichip is that this chip not only contains a unique identifying number, but it can also contain additional information. I believe their stated application is to put things like your drug allergies or medical conditions you might have, so that if you're going to a coma or have a problem, someone would scan that device and be able to tell information about it.
You have a chip implanted underneath your right arm?
In the right arm. Power up the scanner. Simply scan the arm. And once you scan the arm, you'll see that the identification information.
And on the laptop here you have it hooked up to, it says some number.
On the database about Scott Silverman, it'll have my driver's license information, it'll have medical information, it'll have financial information, and it'll have security information for ingress and egress into facilities.
The critics would say, and I listened to it, and I'm trying to figure it out, but they use the "they" word a lot. Is there a vast RFID conspiracy out there that is they would say this is a slippery slope. This is the first thing. This is the way you lull us into a false sense of security. We all get these things, and then the next thing you know, I don't know, it's
making
like the
Soylent Green.
like the Trilateral Commission, or the whole world gets taken over, like in Terminator 3 or something. Is anything? I mean, do we need to worry?
There's no conspiracy, Joe.
You sure?
I'm sure.
I'm looking at you.
I'm looking
at your eyebrow. It twitches when you
Yeah.
say that a little bit.
Exactly. Just like the Bible said would happen when you are living in the last days. Time to get motivated, folks. The second way we know we are headed for a one-world economy is due to a universal currency. I'm talking about the coming, it's coming faster than you think, folks. They're already predicting dates of a cashless society. The coming cashless society. You see, stop and think about it. Here is phase 2. If you're going to pull off this one-world economy, you don't just need some sort of universal banking institution. You've got to have some sort of universal currency so you can dictate universal monetary control, right? Well, folks, once again, wake up, get your head out of the sand. What do you think is happening right now? In case you haven't noticed, folks, they have slowly and surely moved us towards a completely cashless society. For instance, in the last century alone, pay attention, folks, we've gone from paper currency to electronic cash. Here's been the process. If you didn't have money on you, hey, don't worry, just write a check. If you don't want to have the money to write a check, don't worry, just charge it to your credit card. Or wait a second, if you don't want to pay the interest on your credit card, don't worry, just take it out of your checking account via your debit card. And now they've got all these features, very convenient, combined into one card. It's called the smart card. And if you're not realizing, folks, a smart card is the size of a credit card. It's got a tiny microchip in it that can store and receive information. And because of this feature, folks, they can use that card for all kinds of things all at the same time. Let's take a look at some of the incredible, wonderful conveniences you can do with just this one card, folks. And some of you, I'll guarantee you already got one. You can use it as a personal ATM card, but it can also work as purchases at stores, restaurants, vending machines, gas, toll roads. It's universal. And you can use it to make telephone calls, all in this one card. You could use it to access cable and satellite programs. You could use it to make internet purchases. That's really convenient. You could even use the exact same card for all that and vehicle and building access at the same time. You could use it for personal computer access. It replaces all your passwords. You can put them all on this one card. And you could use it for loyalty programs, for airlines, for grocery stores. Any of those bonus programs can all be combined with all that other stuff on this same card as well. You could use it for rapid check-in at hotels and airlines, etc. And do talk about solely convenient. All we need is just one card now, because you can now hold on this, on top of all that, your personal identification, your social security number, your driver's license, student ID, health and insurance ID, voting information, picture, and all your biometric information all on one card. Woohoo! Yes, I'm being sarcastic, but I am enthusiastic. Here's the point, folks. You call it weird all you want. You might be out, hey, this is never going to catch on. No way, that's a little bit too creepy there, but folks, 4 billion of these cards were issued just in the year 2000. In fact, right now in Europe, smart cards are not only commonplace, but they're going to become soon an absolute necessity. Get this, England right now is expecting to have all their governmental services online, and they're going to issue their citizens, all of them, these kind of cards, and unless you have this card, you cannot access their system. Right now, folks, that's just the tip of the iceberg. In light of the terrorist attacks, the Pentagon here in the U.S. has issued smart cards mandatory for 4 million of its troops and civilians. Get this, and if you have this card, unless you got this card, you won't be able to do this. You won't be able to open secure doors, you won't be able to check out weapons, and you won't, get this, you will not be able to get cash or buy food without this card.
Ron Del Novo is Managing Director of Bank Machine. He joins me now. Ron, just explain how this would work. Would it actually come from, would it be a top-up system, or would it actually come straight out of your account?
No, it would be a reissue of all debit cards in the country, basically. There are about 70 million debit cards, and all of them would be reissued with this facility.
But there would be some kind of limit on how much you could spend on each transaction?
Well, to start with, they're talking about £10, but already there are financial services conferences taking place where they're debating, can this be increased to perhaps £75 without the use of a PIN.
Will they have the option to say no, do you think?
No, they will not have the option, and that's another thing. 40% of people said they would like to switch this facility off, but at the moment there's no plans to give them that option. They'll have to have this facility.
The new, quote, digital cash. And they're expecting it to become the world's first universal currency. Why? Because get this, folks, Mondex was so excited about this backing from MasterCard because they got the cash to pull it off. They said, this is a direct quote, they said this is the final stage. The final stage in becoming a global reality. With MasterCard's backing, there is nothing to stop Mondex from becoming the global standard. And then, folks, if that wasn't weird enough, you got the president of Visa getting in on the action. He's hinting at taking these tiny microchips and don't just put them in cars. No, no, no. They're actually wanting to put them in. They've already done it too. They're putting it into watches. Okay, maybe even your ring. Okay, now they're moving them towards the hand. I mean, gee whiz, what's the next thing? Some sort of smart card tattoo or smart card body implant? Exactly. That's the exact point, folks. You see, there's only one fatal flaw. We all know who carries cards. Bingo, you can lose it. So hey, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if you could take all this convenient smart card technology that controls literally everything you buy and sell and get you into the system? And then what you do is you don't have it on the outside of you where you can lose it. But now you get it on the inside of you. Why? To do that, it'd make buying and selling as simple as waving your hand.
What we really want is an end to checkouts, don't we? We just want to be able to walk into Walmart and say, oh, hello, sorry, I can't stop. Thanks a lot. You just hit and run. You just take what you want, sorry, wherever they go. And why? Because the machine saw you coming down the street. And as you came in through the door, they know who you are. They know that you're in the store. They know exactly what you've got. And they know where to charge it. And if you know who I am, what I've got, and where to charge it, then you have a complete trading system.
Get your head out of the sand. There's global plans for this, and it's coming faster than you think. But don't take my word for it. One last time, folks, one more to go. Let's listen to the actual interview where they admit it of what they're going to do. Let's take a look.
This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the infamous Rockefeller banking and business dynasty. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas Rockefeller, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned about the Rockefellers and their ambitions.
You know, and it's all one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another. Now, I would say to them, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this thing? You have all the money in the world you ever want. You have all the power. I said, you know, you're hurting people. It's not a good thing. And he would say, what do you care about the people for? Take care of yourself and you take care of your family. And then I said, so what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the RFID chip and have all money be on those chips and everything on those chips. And if anybody wants to protest what we do or violate what we want, we just turn off their chip.